Hello everyone. Today we are going to study the chapter Ecosystem and Energy Flow. Now in this chapter most of the subtopics have been deleted this year because of pandemic and only the subtopic ecological succession has been kept. So let us study in detail about ecological succession. Now what exactly do you mean by ecological succession? We can define it as the gradual and predictable change in the species composition of a given area is called as ecological succession. Now, gradual change, it is a gradual change. Gradual change means what? Slow changes. The changes are not very fast. Slowly, stepwise, the changes have taken place. So, we can say it is a gradual change and the changes are predictable. Predictable means what? We can know what can happen further. Like, for example, as the as the environment changed, all the dinosaurs slowly they perished from the earth. Yes, so the dinosaurs are not present today because of changes in the environment. So the future was known, right? So it can be said as the gradual and predictable changes in the species composition of a given area. Slowly, the changes in the species composition can also be seen. Okay, so that can be called as a ecological succession. Now the change is sequential and environmentally regulated. As we know that the change is sequential. Sequential means what? It takes step by step. Okay. And then it is mainly regulated by environment. If the species is not able to adapt to the changing environment, it will perish. Yes, as according to the Darwin's theory. Yes, if we study Darwin's theory, the most successful species are which can adapt to the changing environment, right? Whereas those who are not able to adapt, they die. Yes, so we can say that environment has a major role to play for the regulation of a species. So that is why it is said the change is sequential. That means it takes stepwise, and it is also environmental regulated. Now, what happens during succession? It is said that during succession, some species colonize an area and the population becomes more numerous, whereas populations of other species decline and even disappear. As I said, some of the species they colonize. Colonize means what? If certain species they get adapted to changing environment, so they survive. Those who adapt to the changing environment they survive, and slowly the colony they colonize. Colonize means what? Their number or their population increases, whereas some of the species which are not able to adapt to the changing environment, these species ultimately die and even disappear. As I said, example of dinosaurs. Yes, now dinosaurs when we see, initially their number was very much large in number. They were found very much large in number on earth. But slowly as the environment changed, they slowly declined, the number decreased and even they disappeared. Okay, so some species they colonize in an area. That means the number increases, their colonies increases, and slowly their population become more numerous. That means more in number, whereas the other species population who are not able to adapt, they decline and even they disappear. Now, the entire sequence of communities that successively change in a given area, that makes a seed. Okay. Now, the entire sequence of communities that successively change. As I said, the species colonize. That means the number increases. So, the entire sequence, as the number increases, the communities are formed. And that communities in a particular area. Okay. That communities in a particular area that makes up a seed, or it is also called as seed. Now the individual transitional communities are termed as serial communities. As I said, serial communities means what? Initially, one species adapt to the changing environment, then slowly the number increases, and later all the species they form a community. Okay, so that community, so the individual transitional communities, that entire community, that entire increased number of species, they had undergone transitional means what? Changes. Okay, so the changes in the species, they form communities, and these communities, they are called as seral communities. In the successive seral stages, there is a change in the diversity of the species of organism and increase in the number of species and organisms. There is a change in the diversity of species. Diversity means what? Initially the number are less, but slowly they become diverse. Diverse means what? They move from one geographical condition to other geographical condition. Slowly the number of species which were only the particular area, they get spread to different areas. And hence what happens when they move from one area to other area, and when they reproduce, slowly the number increases in different areas also. Getting it? So slowly the species becomes diverse. Okay, and that is why it is said that in successive seral stages means what? As we had seen that which species are successful, that means those who survive, they are successful, and slowly they become diverse also, that means they spread in different areas. Now it has been said that the present day communities in the world have come to be because of succession. Now it is said that since the life started on earth. Okay, we know Earth is somewhat about million years ago. Life started on Earth about million years ago, and today, whatever plants, whatever animals we see today, they are example of succession. So it is said that the present day communities which are found in the world, okay, they are because of succession. Succession is hence a process that starts where no living organisms were present before, like on a newly formed volcanic island. So it is said that how does succession occur? Succession is a process that starts where no living organisms were present. As I said, Earth is about million years ago. Life existed on Earth about many million years ago, right? So initially on Earth, no life was present, okay? But slowly, what happened? Succession occurred, okay? And so today, whatever communities we see, they are an example of succession. Here they have given example of volcanic island, like on a newly formed volcanic island. Now, if we see volcanic island, they are the islands where volcanic eruptions takes place. And when the lava cools, what happens? Slowly, life comes into existence. Okay. So after few days, you can see that life, it becomes more successful. New individuals are formed. So this type of succession is called as primary succession. Succession are of two types. We had learned succession. Okay, succession. We had learned the definition. Again, I'll repeat for you. Succession, it is a gradual and predictable changes in the species composition, that is called as ecological succession. That means slowly the changes takes place. Okay, and those organisms or those species which adapt to the changing environment, they are only successful, whereas the other species, they decline. Okay, so slowly this number of species, they form communities. These communities, they are called as serine. Later they form seral communities. And these, what happens? Succession, today in the today's world, whatever organisms or whatever species we have seen, they are example of succession. So succession are of two types: primary succession and other is secondary succession. What do you mean by primary succession? Primary succession is the process that starts where no organisms were present. Okay, so primary succession is what? Where initially no organisms were present. Initially on our earth, no life was present. But slowly life existed on earth, and in today's world we can see many species. Okay, so that is called as primary succession. A wonderful example is volcanic island. In volcanic island we can see that volcano erupts, and when volcanic eruptions takes place, lava is given out. After a few days we can see when the lava cools down, after some days new species or new organisms develop, and that new organisms they form communities. So that is an example of primary succession. Other examples of area where primary succession occurs is new cooled lava, as I had explained, rocks, and new created ponds or reservoirs. Okay, new created ponds. Now, what is an example of new created ponds? Have you heard of Lonar Lake? Lonar Lake, it is present or it is situated in Buldana. Okay, now we know how that Lonar Lake was created. A meteoroid from the what you can say, a meteoroid had fall down on Earth. Okay, and because of that, a a deep what you can say, a deep crater was developed, and later that lake was developed because of falling of meteoroid. Okay, so a large space was developed, and later that developed into a lake. Okay, so this is an example of newly created pond or reservoirs. So primary succession examples are newly cooled lava, rocks, and newly created ponds or reservoirs. The establishment of new biotic community is generally very slow. So it is said that when new biotic community is developed, the development is very slow. Before a biotic community of diverse organisms can become established, there must be soil. Now, before a biotic community of diverse organisms can become, now what is very much essential for life to be developed? Obviously, soil. Yes. So when new primary succession develops, a soil is an important factor, because without soil, what will happen? No life will exist. No life will come into existence. Yes, no plants will develop. So a soil is very important factor for a biotic community to come into existence or to become established. Depending mostly on climate, it takes natural process several hundreds or several thousand years to produce fertile soil on bare rock. Okay. Now we can see further. As I said, soil is very important. So for development of soil, several thousand years are needed or several hundred years are needed, so that the soil becomes fertile on a bare rock. And when the soil will become fertile, then only the life will come into existence or the life will establish. Next type of succession is secondary succession. Now, what do you mean by secondary succession? It begins in areas where natural biotic communities have been destroyed, such as in abandoned farmlands, burned or cut forests, lands that have been flooded, etc. So, secondary succession means what? Where natural biotic communities have been destroyed. That means what? Already their life exists. Secondary succession means what? Already life exists, but they are destroyed by some reasons, such as farmlands, okay, abandoned farmlands, burned or cut forests, like deforestation or burnt forest. If we see the forest is burned, or if we see that if deforestation occurs, all the plants are cut, or all the farms as well as plants are totally destroyed because of burning. Okay, so that is called as secondary succession. Getting it? But later, again, after few days, you can see that life again develops. So already biotic communities are already present over there. Already life exists over there, but they are destroyed. And after some days, after destruction, again life comes into existence. So such is called as secondary succession. Since some soil or sediment is present, succession is faster than in primary succession. As we had studied that in primary succession, for the formation of soil, soil to be formed, it takes around 1,000 years, it takes around 100 years. Yes, but what happens in secondary succession when forests are burned or cut? Already debris of soil is already present. Yes, so when debris of soil is already present, their formation of biotic communities, that is succession, is faster than in primary succession. As succession proceeds, the number and types of animals and decomposers change. Now, when the succession proceeds, what happens? The types of animals keeps on changing and the decomposers also change. Now, if we see succession in plants, okay, let us see first succession in plants. If we see succession in plants based on the nature of habitat, whether it is water or a very wetland areas, it is called as hydrarch succession. When succession is seen in water, it is called as hydrarch succession. And when it is present in dry areas, succession of plants in that area is called as zero cell succession. Okay. When we see succession in plants, it is of two types: hydrarch, that is called as hydrocele, or it is all, and the next type is zerarch, or it is also called as zero cell succession. Now, what do you mean by hydrarch succession? Hydrarch succession takes place in wetter areas. Hydrarch, hydra means water, okay, hydro means water. So all the plants which are present in wetter areas, okay, so such succession is called as hydrarch succession, and it takes place in wetter areas, and the successional series progresses from hydric to mesic condition. That means initially the plants totally they are present in water, yes, but later when succession proceeds, जैसे जैसे succession होता है वो क्या करते हैं, they totally change from water to mesic conditions. Mesic conditions means what? Where moisture is present. These plants initially they were totally in water, but later when succession proceeds, what happens? Even them, a little moisture is also enough for them to survive. So they do not need totally wetter areas. They need basic conditions. That means where little moisture is present. Whereas when we see zerarch succession, that means in dry areas. So when we see zerarch succession, it takes place in drier areas like deserts, and when the series progresses from xeric to mesic areas. Here also the progression or the succession, it proceeds from dry areas, totally dry areas, to mesic areas. That means mesic areas, as I said, that where little moisture is available. Hence, both hydrarch and zerarch succession leads to a medium water condition mesic, that is neither too dry and neither too wet. Okay, so that means what happens? Hydrarch and zerarch succession, it leads to medium water conditions. Initially, hydrarch they need more water, but later they shifted to the conditions where little moisture was present. Similarly, the plants which were present in dry areas, they also progressed to mesic conditions. That means where little water or little moisture is available. Hence, both hydrarch and zerarch succession leads to medium water condition and neither too dry or neither too wet. Now, the species that invade a bare area, they are called as pioneer species. Now, what do you mean by bare areas? The species that invade to bare areas. Bare areas means what? Totally bare, where no life exists. Okay. So, the species which are present where no life exists, such species, okay, or where no conditions, proper conditions are present, such species they are called as pioneer species. In primary succession on rocks, these are usually crustose lichen, which are able to secrete acid to dissolve rock, helping in weathering of rocks and in soil formation. As we had seen that in primary succession, like volcanic eruption, yes, or volcanic island was an example of primary succession. Yes. So in that, what happens after volcanic eruption on the rocks, the first species to come on that rocks is crustose lichen. Okay. Now, what this lichens does? What do you mean by crustose lichen? These crustose lichen, they mostly grow on rocks, and they get attached so much to rocks that they cannot be easily separatable from rocks. That's substrate. They cannot be separated from the rocks until and unless they are destroyed. So they remain very much closely attached to rocks that they cannot be separated. So what happens in primary succession when lava cools down? Okay, when lava cools down, so on the rock, the first species to come is lichen, that is crustose lichen. And these crustose lichen, what they do, they secrete acid. And because of the secretion acid, what happens? The rocks dissolve. And from the rocks, it leads to weathering of rocks. Weathering of rocks means what? Dissolving of rocks. The rocks are dissolved, and when rocks are dissolved, it leads to soil formation. Similarly, these pave the way for bryophytes. So when soil is formed on the rocks, what happens? The bryophytes grow on that rocks. Okay. Later, mosses, they are able to hold in small amount of soil. Okay. So because of weathering of rocks, that is dissolving of rocks, soil is formed on the rocks. Now, when the soil is formed on the rocks, the first one are the bryophytes to survive on the rocks. Later comes the mosses, and we know mosses, they have the holding capacity. They hold the amount of soil. They are within time succeeded by herbaceous plant. Later, when more soil is provided, what happens? Herbaceous plants grow, and after more stages, then ultimately the stable climax is forest communities form. So you can see how slowly, when soil is formed, first bryophytes arise, then mosses arise, then what happens? Slowly, herbaceous plants grow, and from the herbaceous plants, the ultimate climax is what you can see: a tall forest is formed. A forest is formed from from the tall plants. Or tall plants grow, and ultimately that all tall plants, they form the forest community. And this is the climax. Okay, so the climax community remains stable as long as the environment remains unchanged. So after forest, there is nothing to grow. Everywhere forest will develop. So that is the climax. Okay, and this climax, it remains stable. Okay, it will remain stable until and unless there are no environmental changes. Now, if we see primary succession of aquatic plants, the primary succession of aquatic habitat, the pioneers are small phytoplanktons. अगर हम aquatic habitat में देखते हैं, aquatic habitat, that means mostly in water. Yes. So in water habitat, what happens? वहाँ के pioneers कौन है? Small phytoplanktons. Now, what do you mean by phytoplanktons? Phytoplanktons, they are small microscopic plants which remains totally submerged in water. Yes, like marine phytoplanktons which lives in seas. Okay, so they photosynthesize. Photosynthesize means what? With the help of sunlight, when sunlight falls deep into the sea, or into the sea, not deep but into the sea, so these phytoplanktons, they carry out the function of photosynthesis, and these phytoplanktons, they act as a food for some fishes also, and other organisms, or more organisms or more fishes. Okay, so the primary succession of aquatic habitat, the pioneers are small phytoplanktons. These are replaced with time by rooted submerged plants. Later, this phytoplanktons, after phytoplanktons, what happens? Submerged plants are formed, and these submerged plants they are rooted. That means roots are developed. Example, they have given hydrilla plant. Then from rooted submerged plants develops rooted floating angiosperms. Like example, lotus. Okay, lotus. If we see lotus plant, okay, it remains floating on water. So initially you can see, अगर हम aquatic habitat देखते हैं, तो aquatic habitat में first are the phytoplanktons, which remains totally deeply present in water. Later comes rooted submerged plant, and later free floating plants. Okay, floating angiosperms, example lotus, and then followed by free floating plants like example is pistia. And then reed swamp. Reed का मतलब होता है long grass. Okay, like if we see reed, reed means what? They are long leafy grass. So that is called as reed swamp. Reed means long leafy plants that belongs to a grass family. So that is reed swamp. Example is typha. And then marsh meadows. Marsh meadows means what? These are the plants which remains present in marshy places. Marshy means what? Moisture is present. That is you can say that what you can say marshy places are present, and meadows, that means wild flowers. Okay, plants with wild flowers such is called as marshy places, wetty places. Example is cypress. And then next is scrub. Scrub means what? They are the plants which are of shrub size. That means they grow up to about 4 to 5 feet. And then finally the trees. Okay, long big trees. So the climax again would be a forest. So if we see the primary succession, you can see from a phytoplankton how a rooted submerged plant developed, then came floating angiosperm, then free floating plant, then reed swamp, that is tall grass. Okay, then came meadows, that is from the wetty areas. How a meadows were formed, that means plants having wild flowers. Then came scrub. Scrub means what? The shrub which grows to about 4 to 5 feet. And finally a long trees. So the climax is ultimately a forest. So from the water condition, how a forest total terrestrial area is formed like a forest. Okay, so with passage of time, the water body is converted into land. Here we have seen how from the water body, that is from a phytoplankton, how a big forest is converted into a land. In secondary succession, the species that invade depend on the condition of soil, availability of water, the environment, and also the seeds and other propagals present. Secondary succession में क्या होता है? We had studied that in secondary succession already life is present, but that is destroyed because of deforestation or burning of forests. So life exists according to the soil. Already we had studied secondary succession with debris already present hota hai, that is soil already present hota hai. Yes, and from the soil life develops. Also availability of water, environment, seeds, and the propagals. Propagals means what? The remains of the trees, like birds. Okay, so from the birds, if birds are already present, life can develop from that birds. Since soil is already there, the rate of succession is much faster, and hence climax is also reached more quickly. As I said, that soil is already present in secondary succession, so for the formation of forest is much faster. Okay, so that is climax. Climax means what? The last climax we had studied earlier was forest development. Okay, we had seen that forest is the formation of forest is the climax. So if we see secondary succession, forest, so here with the help of diagram we can explain that initially primary succession में क्या होता है? Phytoplanktons होते हैं. That means you can see here they are mostly marine phytoplanktons, marine planktons, that is planktons, that is plants present in the sea. Later what happens? From the sea, submerged plant stage. Submerged plant stage means what? the plants, they develop roots. Okay. Later, what happens? Submerged free floating plant stage. Example, lotus we had studied. Yes. So they leave the soil and they come on the surface. Like example is lotus for free floating plant. Later, what happens? Reed swamp stage. Reed swamp stage means what? Later, all the water, it perishes, okay, and later it develops into wetter areas. And in the wetter areas, what happens? Reed swamps. Wetter areas, that means what? This becomes marshy places. Okay, this becomes marshy place, and from the marshy place, you can see grass developing. Later, this grass, it develops into a meadow, developing of flowers, wild flowers. And later from this marsh meadow, what you can see, the scrub stage. Scrub stage means what? You can see of trees, okay, not trees, basically shrubs. Scrub means what? Having shrubs. Shrubs develop which has a 4 to 5 feet plant, and later these plants, it develops into a dense forest, and forest is the climax. Okay, so in primary succession, formation of forest, it takes a very long process, whereas in secondary succession, as soil is already present, so climax, that is formation of forest, it takes place much faster. Okay, so in this chapter you need to study only about ecological succession. Ecological succession में primary succession and secondary succession. I hope with the help of given examples, you understood what is primary succession and secondary succession. So I stop my lecture here itself. Thank you.